From news and views, issues and opportunities, we'll have in-depth conversations with decision makers to find out what they know and what they think. I'm Rico Hizon, inviting you to join the exchange because your business is our business. Millions of Filipinos now have more time to register their SIM, with the government extending the sign-up period until July. But officials caution against delaying the registration, warning subscribers they could face problems with services linked to their SIM. Among these, authentication measures for digital payments. The vision of a secure financial technology industry in our C-suite vision. Filipinos now have almost 3 more months to undergo mandatory SIM registration. How will this complement government efforts to widen access to financial services? Let's now have an exchange with Ellen Joyce Suficiencia, Bangko Sentral Financial Inclusion Office Director. Ellen Joyce, thank you so much for joining us. How important is promoting financial inclusion?
Well, I say it's very important, not because I'm biased and I come from this office, but it really has practical benefits for Filipinos, their enterprises, their households, and of course, the economy in general. So when we talk of financial service, we forget that it's actually a tool. It can help us build resilience, build wealth, and generally improve our quality of life. And when I talk about quality of life, I don't just mean, the big high impact things like being able to invest in education or own your homes through loans. But I also mean the basic things like convenience. We're now able to pay our bills and send money in case of emergencies to our families in the province without having to leave our homes, which is our phone. So those are just the practical benefits of financial inclusion. And when we talk of financing access of SMEs, that has bigger impact to the economy, right?
Yes.
When
of course,
MSMEs have access to financing, they can generate more livelihoods,
Yes.
not only to their families, but also to their communities.
And so, Ellen Joyce.
And of course, we want that.
Ellen Joyce, of course, what's also very key with financial inclusion is also expanding the economy. That is the key for economic growth, sustainable economic growth going forward. The SIM registration deadline has been extended. How does this benefit BSP supervised financial institutions and their clients?
The main benefit that we see from the SIM registration act is it's possible deterrent effect against scammers. We've seen some news in the past, a number of incidents of phishing and smishing. They call it SMS smishing, which can erode, of course, the trust in digital financial services. And when trust is eroded, when people don't trust financial services, they will avoid using it. And that runs counter to what we're trying to do in the BSP with our financial inclusion agenda. So the deterrent effect, I guess, is the main benefit that we see here, improving trust in the use of financial services. That can be the possible benefit of the SIM Registration Act, what we're trying to do.
Trust is indeed very, very important in securing our digital platforms. And millions of our kababayans, Ellen Joyce, still haven't registered their SIM. They are in the tens of millions. What happens to their access to financial services if they don't register on time?
Yeah, so a consequence is they won't be able to access their bank accounts, their especially their electronic wallet accounts, their e-money accounts. But it doesn't necessarily mean that their accounts will be closed. It will still be there. It's just that they won't be able to access. So there's going to be a hassle for them if they won't be able to use, their electronic wallets, which we know many have come to enjoy. So, of course, we want our our kababayans to register now. Don't wait
Yes.
for the deadline again.
Don't wait until the end of July. To all our kababayans right now who haven't registered their SIMs, do it now before it is too late. But in your
Correct.
view, Ellen Joyce, are financial institutions doing enough to promote SIM registration? How can they better entice users to sign up?
I guess for the financial institutions, there's a natural incentive for at least their clients to really register. I think it's more a question now of the inability of most people to do it, or those who might have the internet or the mobile phones to do it. I think they're encountering some difficulty. So I guess my short answer is the financial institutions or BSP supervised institutions, I think, are doing their part to promote registration. And I think their clients have the incentive to do this. I don't think there's more push needed there. I think what's needed is to make the registration process more seamless for the registrants and to provide also those that have no access to the internet, that have difficulty uploading their IDs, their selfies, if they can get support as well from the government or from the telcos, that would be helpful.
What is very important here, Ellen Joyce, is that the financial institutions simplify the process so everyone can understand how to register their SIMs before the end of July, up until the end of the registration period when the 90 days is over. But what about the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas? Is promoting SIM registration part of your efforts to also promote access to financial products and services?
Yeah, we actually supported the passage of this bill I think in this current Congress, right? Also in the last Congress, we just raised some concerns around possible, data privacy concerns, and of course, we also I think flagged the importance of making sure that the implementation is seamless. So PhilSys would have been a good tool to make the SIM registration process more seamless.
And,
but yeah.
And to end this conversation, what is your outlook for financial inclusion efforts this year? Are we really moving forward? Are we moving progressively towards more Filipinos being included in the financial system?
Yes, we are very optimistic. We've seen, massive growth in account ownership in the last 2 years, driven partially by the pandemic, of course. But also, I think we're seeing now also the network effect kicking in. More people are starting to accept digital payments. When you go to the public markets, more market vendors are starting to accept digital payments. And that also incentivizes more people, especially those in the low-income community, to see the value of having an account. So we think we're on a roll. This will continue. The trend will continue, especially with all the programs that governments are pushing, including PhilSys again. And in the case of the BSP, there's also our Paleng QRPH program, which we're doing with the local government units. So it's as we'd like to say, it's a whole of society approach, and we're seeing more and more segments in the society that are championing financial inclusion. So it's not just BSP now talking about financial inclusion. Everyone is already, championing it. So that's a positive thing for us.
This is great news. All stakeholders have to be involved. Thank you so much for this financial access exchange. Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas Financial Inclusion Office Director Ellen Joyce Suficiencia. And now here's a rundown of the week's top business stories. A new consortium of 6 conglomerates is proposing over 100 billion pesos in upgrades to the Ninoy Aquino International Airport. The renovations are expected to more than double NAIA's annual capacity to 62.5 million passengers. The Bangko Sentral reports more than $309 million in hot money net outflows from January to March of this year. And the Philippine Statistics Authority says the country's digital economy was worth over 2 trillion pesos last year, up 11% from 2021. And straight ahead on the exchange, where your business is our business. How will an extended SIM registration period affect digitalization efforts in the retail sector? We speak to the Philippine Retailers Association. And security is said to be among the main benefits for SIM registration. We speak to a fintech industry group straight ahead. Keep it right here on CNN Philippines. News you can trust.